Welcome back to class. Today we are going to talk about maternal and child nutrition. And basically we are going to apply all that we have learned over the past few weeks in managing maternal and child nutrition. So once you've understood all the past lectures, then this is baby food for you. So by the end of this class, you should be able to explain why nutrition is important before and during pregnancy and lactation. Identify the special nutrition needs of a pregnant woman and lactating mother, and should be able to discuss the negative impact of alcohol on the pregnancy outcomes. Very, very important. Nutrition before pregnancy predicts pregnancy outcome. Why is this so? This is very, very important because if the mother is malnourished before pregnancy, then the uterus cannot support the growth of the placenta. The placenta is what is going to feed the baby. It's the channel for which the baby is going to receive the nutrients. So a woman who starts pregnancy undernourished and also does not gain enough weight is likely to have a low birth weight baby. So nutrition before pregnancy is very, very important. Otherwise, there will be growth restriction within the uterus, and this is not good. So we see the placenta supplying everything to the baby, as this diagram shows, and read the details on it to help you. So pregnancy is critical, and we divide it into three main stages. We have the first trimester, the second trimester, and then the third trimester. The first trimester is where we have a lot of cell division. And if you recall, I mentioned about the importance of folic acid. Folic acid is critical here. So nutrition before, so the woman needs to be well nourished in folic acid before becoming pregnant. So average weight gain for a mother who is on course should be 2.5 kg. Otherwise, if the mother is not gaining that weight, then there is a question. We need to look at what is happening. Her nutrition is very, very important. So pre-pregnancy weight is critical, gestational weight gain, and if it is a teenage pregnancy, then we need to be very careful because the teenager is also growing, and she has another thing in her also growing. So her situation is more critical than a full-grown woman who is pregnant. So we should be able to differentiate the two and handle the teenage pregnant lady differently. Then somebody who is also carrying twins, triplets, and so forth, her nutritional needs are also go higher. So before conception, is nutrition important? Yes, I've said that, and I've shown example with the neural tube defect. So that is also very, very important. Avoidance of alcohol, illegal drugs like cocaine and whatnot, they are all very, very important that one does not take them. And then we are always talking about the woman, but the man is also very, very important when it comes to pregnancy, because studies have also shown if the man is also alcoholic, does a lot of alcohol, when they come together, yes, it affects also spermatogenesis and therefore can affect pregnancy. So it is also very, very important that we also consider the men. During pregnancy, yes, the mother has to eat and eat very well. She has to balance her nutrition, make sure she's having all the basic nutrients that we discussed, having enough so that the baby can also get enough of the nutrients to grow very well. Because if the mother is not getting enough, her own tissues will be broken down to be used to furnish the needs of the child. But if the mother is malnourished already, then nothing can be done about it. Automatically, the baby will be affected. So this is very, very important. During pregnancy, yes, uterus placenta supports proper growth of the child. So if not, yes, the implication, a mother who is malnourished, yes, will give birth to a child who is also malnourished. And this becomes a cycle that goes on with the family. So if we don't stop it, then there'll be a country where everybody is stunted. We are having problems with malnutrition, and that does not help with our development. So understand this intergenerational cycle of growth failure. Yet it runs in some families now. We have observed it as we go into the communities, and we need to stop this. So as health workers, nurses, this is our opportunity to intervene as they come to the clinic so that we stop this intergenerational cycle of growth retardation and growth failure. So the first trimester, enough. Sometimes when the mother is not eating enough, that is where we have supplements being given. Yes, use of herbs also critical. Sometimes some of them are not true herbs, so we have to be very careful. Yes, then also mothers who are smoking, we also need to be aware of that and then stop them from smoking. Those who are also drinking caffeine, as I mentioned, caffeinated beverages, they also prevent iron absorption. So we need to talk about that and help our mothers to stop those practices. Yes, so sometimes even those who are drinking tea, cocoa, if you recall when we were talking about the micronutrients, I mentioned them. So it is important that we recall those and then advise the mother. That is why I said earlier on beginning of the class that let us not forget all that we have learned earlier on, because we are building on it. We are applying them to manage the pregnant woman. Very, very important. So during the second and the trimester, the second and the third trimester, that is where actually growth is taking place. Because the first trimester is where we have cell division, and that is where we should be careful with all kinds of medication and then make sure that nutrition-wise we are okay, especially with folic acid. But the second and the third trimester is where growth is taking place. Therefore, the mother needs to eat and eat well to meet the needs to encourage proper growth. So balanced diet is very, very important so that the fetus can get what he or she needs to be able to grow properly. Yes, the first half of the pregnancy demands are high. I've mentioned that already. Avoid weight gain. Avoid too much weight gain. That is also very, very important, because when the mother gains too much weight, the likelihood of the child also becoming overweight inside is also very, very critical. So we try as much as possible to make sure that the mother is eating, although the demands are high, she is within limits, so that within the first trimester, about 1 to 2 kg is gained, second trimester, 3 to 4, and then the third, 6 to 7. Then this is where we expect to have wonderful pregnancy outcome. How much weight should be gained? I have the table here to give you a rough idea. And as I said, some of these things, you can print them and keep them on you, laminate them, so that you can use them in your clinics. So basically, the nutrient is energy. You see that as the mother from non-pregnant to man, this is like a staircase. As you go up, then the needs are also going up. It's very, very important with the energy. The mother who is lactating, of course, will need more than the mother who is not lactating, because lactation itself demands a lot of energy. That is why during pregnancy, the breast and everything develops very well to prepare the mother to do the lactation. It is very, very important. Lactation, breastfeeding. Yes. Nutrients are increasing, then they stabilize. Yes. Because the mother does not need any more. It is very, very important that we know that growth, when there is growth, nutrient needs gets higher. When the baby comes out and then the mother is no longer breastfeeding, this one is talking about the mother who is breastfeeding. If the mother is no longer breastfeeding, then what it means that the nutrient needs, the quantities that are shown there, should also go down. Yes. Essential fatty acids are also very, very important. And this is where you have the omega-3 fatty acids. Yes, where do we get them? We get them from fish. But right now, we are seeing challenges concerning fish. So now it is recommended that we don't advise pregnant women to be taking more than 3 fish a day because of the galamsey things. Mercury is getting into the waterways, and mercury has a negative impact on the fetus. So pregnant women, we are advising them to shy away from eating of too much of fish and fish products. When it comes to iron needs also go up, during pregnancy, and then when the mother delivers, the iron quantities also go down. Because, as I said, milk is not a good source for iron. If you recall when we were talking about the iron. Then vitamin A. Yes, you see that as the mother gets to lactation, yes, the vitamin A needs goes up. Even right from pregnancy, it goes up because it plays an important role in immune system, infections, infestation, and also with iron for blood formation. So vitamin A needs also go up. So vitamin A, we know the food sources, we've mentioned them, the green leafy vegetables, and then all our colored fruits are also very, very important. Mango is a very good source, I mentioned. Pawpaw is also very good, and then all the green leafy vegetables, so far as we do not overcook them. Then the folic acid, folate, I have talked a lot about that already, very, very essential for the pregnancy. And then also iodine, also very, very important. Without that, the child will be born with all the challenges associated with iodine, collectively known as iodine deficiency disorders. Mental retardation will come in, the child will become a cretin, her nerves will not work properly. All these things are challenged. So we need to make sure that at this stage we use iodinated salt for cooking. If you are not already using it, we should encourage mothers to use iodinated salt. Then zinc, also very, very important. We saw that when we talk about the element of global health importance, we saw that it is increasing with the flow chart. And then calcium also very, very important for bone development, and then also the child stores some for the teeth, and then also for the mother in the milk, in the breast milk. However, we should remember that the calcium in the breast milk is not the same as the calcium in the cow's milk. That is why when it comes to breastfeeding, we say that the first 6 months gives the mother's milk to the child, because each animal's milk is the best for its own. Each animal's milk is the best for its own baby. Calcium in breast milk, again, yes, I want to relate it to the cow's baby. When a cow gives birth, or a goat or a sheep, what happens? Within no time, you see that they are walking. But how long does it take for the human baby to walk? Between 9 to 15 months. So it tells you that you don't need to overload the baby with the cow's milk. That is why the mother's milk is the best. The mother's milk is the best for the child. Yes. Water and other fluids are also very, very critical. The mother who is breastfeeding needs a lot of fluids, needs extra fluids than the mother who is not breastfeeding. So 2 mothers who have both delivered, one is not breastfeeding, the other is breastfeeding. Of course, the one who is breastfeeding will need more fluid than the one who is not, because breast milk, you need water. Otherwise, the mother will also be dehydrated. She may not be able to produce the volume that she needs to feed the baby. So it is also very, very important that if the mother cannot drink plain water, we turn the water. Sometimes we can add lime, lemon, we can mix it with a little bit of watermelon juice so that she can have the flavor to change the taste of the water so she can drink it. Light soup is also very good without fat floating on top. It's also very good. It's also very good. And we also discourage too much of the palm soup and the granule soup because of the fat, so that the mothers don't gain a lot. They have to breastfeed to lose the weight that they gain during pregnancy. So a mother who does not lose the weight, then it means she didn't try. So we need to encourage them. As health workers, we encourage the mothers to lose the weight. Yes, other factors to consider: caffeine, coffee. I have spoken about it. Smoking, I have talked about it. But with the alcohol, if the mother continues to drink, and sometimes they hide, the mothers hide to drink the alcohol. Yes, she can give birth to a child who is malformed, fetal alcohol syndrome. It is very, very common. Now we are seeing it in our hospitals. Kolebu, go there, you see the mothers. And somebody was telling me that it seems now the women are drinking more than the men. So we need to watch out. Whatever they come to the hospital, when we do the interview, sometimes we don't ask about alcohol. We don't ask about pica. It is very, very important that we ask about these things because they do impact negatively on pregnancy. Pick up basically is the eating of clay or other non-food substances. So we need to clay, eating of this ayilo and so forth. They can lead to infection, worms, infestations. Yes, they also prevent iron absorption. They prevent zinc absorption. And when there isn't zinc, the skin of the baby becomes very rough. So let us be aware of these things. And then food aversions and food taboos. It is very, very important as we understand some of these things and try to refute them, explain why it is not right. Somebody will tell you, oh, because you are pregnant, don't eat egg. Because you are pregnant, don't eat okra. It is very wrong. A child drooling has nothing to do with okra being slimy. So we need to refute some of these things and let the mothers understand that as a pregnant woman, she can eat everything unless she has a personal problem when she eats it. So there are no strict rules that because you are pregnant, you shouldn't eat this, apart from the one that interfere with iron absorption, therefore will affect the blood. It's what we should zoom on. And the morning sickness. Yes, some mothers may be vomiting in the morning when they become pregnant during the early stages of pregnancy. It is normal. It varies from individual to individual. It also varies from pregnancy to pregnancy. One may experience morning sickness this first pregnancy. The second pregnancy, one may not. Yes, there's no one cure. So we should advise mothers to try different remedies. Sometimes one may need to lie in bed and then take some crackers or toasted bread. Then after a while, the mother gets up, it may help. Others, you may vomit for the first few hours in the morning at around 10 o'clock, then it ceases. So we need to encourage them to find ways than going to try to impose certain remedies on them that may harm them and harm the baby. So it is very, very important. Others can also help it with ice. Some people, watermelon has worked for them, dry crackers, dry biscuits and so forth. So each mother should try different ways. So I think with this we'll be able to help our mothers to go through pregnancy successfully so that pregnancy outcome will be more encouraging for our nation. So I think you have gotten it well. Try to dwell on the food groups, the nutrients that we talk about, their implications, and relate it to the nutrient needs of the mother. So I'll see you next week, and we shall learn about breastfeeding and its importance. Thank you.